how has been sports so far in Ghana in general?
Well, the reset is ongoing, reset of sports, and just as when you reset your watch, clock, your car engine, whatever it is, the whole idea is that if something is not going right, you put it right. Even if it's going well and you want to better it, you want to do better, you can reset it to do better. And if it's doing better, you reset it to do the best. And if it's the best, then you make sure that you keep it there or move it above. So it's all about constantly and continuously improving whatever we do in our lives, in our communities, in our, workplaces, and sports cannot be left out. So it's ongoing, and of course the Tampico Accra Inter-City Marathon is also going through the reset of getting to the next level. I would like to commend the organizers for really pushing for many years now and not giving up. And you see that it is attracting some big brands, including Tampico, and it's important that we all support and be part of it. So yeah, I think it's very positive.
And also, let's talk about the lesser known sports. How your administration is here to support those lesser known sports, because they've been complaining since.
Yeah, I think we say lesser known, but I think it's about they are lesser supported. Because if you say lesser known, maybe nobody should take offense. Maybe you take cycling. People say it's lesser known. No, maybe in Ghana you might think that. Some people even think swimming is lesser known. It's not. People say table tennis or maybe beach soccer or cricket. Cricket has followers, hundreds of millions. But maybe in Ghana, it is lesser supported or lesser followed, but it is not lesser known. Maybe only in Ghana. So we need to reorientate our thinking about the lesser known and rather, make it that, they need to be more supported. They are least supported. And that's one thing that we need to look at in terms of every year when we do our budgets and when we have our priorities and agenda, we need to look at that and make sure that all these sports get attention. To be honest, we cannot give equal attention to every sport, but what you do is also to apportion at least what the sports deserve. And I think as the sports fund is now in motion, the federations and associations very soon would have a channel to have consistent funding through the sports fund and also through the mobilization and partnership committee of the National Sports Authority. Once we are empowered more and also given the needed support, we can also now reach out and do more for the federations and associations.
We're just coming back from what has been an exciting day for the community games and stuff. What do you think is the message that you are reaching out there to brands to come on board? They're just coming in from the community games. They have come to release some items. We are seeing some people also doing very well here. Your message to brands out there coming in to support the sports and taking it to the level, the resetting level that you are talking about?
Right. Yeah, it's very true. Obviously, the constituency games will be based in communities, which is very important. Sometimes the young boy or girl in a community wants to get involved, but he or she cannot get to the big Accra Sports Stadium, Babayara Sports Stadium, or Cape Coast, or Esipong, or Tamale. So we need to now go into the communities. We need to set up. We need to encourage them to come out so they don't have to travel long journeys away from their communities. That's what it's about. And it's also about unifying the constituencies, all the communities through the constituencies. And the parliamentarians, it is their duty and their mandate to also go out and reach out to the people who brought them into office. So it's a give and take, and it's also about stock taking, where the community would ask of their parliamentarians and of the media and all of us what we're doing. So instead of always letting people leave their communities, why don't we go into their communities and also help them? When we discover talent, we can look for scholarships and sponsorship and then prepare them for the bigger platforms which will be outside of their communities. Yeah.
Okay, so now what you say to the corporates who are outside there? Now Tampico has come on board. A lot of soccer players, soccer, but what do you say to the corporate people outside there in the resetting agenda of sports?
Yeah, and including Zimanski Hotel where we are. So it's not about any support you can give in cash and logistics in kind. It's welcome. Today we had over 1,000 pieces of t-shirts and jerseys and boots. That would go a long way into preparing these young boys and girls who don't have any. And for the Tampico Intercity Marathon, it's also a step up. You don't have to necessarily win, but participating, being recognized, and perhaps having the potential, someone could see you and also offer you support. So it's not about not having enough. It's about making sure we make an effort to put whatever we have out there to support.
Now we've seen Ghana here. Most of the people they are not interested in athletics. Now, what can you see? How can you introduce them to athletics that they're supposed to partake in such events so that it become more interesting?
Oh, I think Ghanaians are very interested in athletics. They're very, very interested. Maybe is that we that's what I'm saying, that we need to go to the communities and whip up the enthusiasm. Ghanaians love athletics, yeah. Boxing, athletics, swimming. These are sports, when you put football to one side, people really love, and we should encourage, even beach soccer along the coasts, we should encourage people to get involved in all these sports.
Thank you.
Thank you.